So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long ride with this Idaho 4 case. We spent over 370 hours. We covered it around the clock. Now, this case is going to haunt me. It's going to haunt me in many ways. Every day I wake up, I think about it still. I go to sleep thinking about it still. I sit around all day thinking about it still. I remember, we were podcasting all day long, constantly speculating, and it went from plenty of people. But let's start here. James Fry came out. This is the first press conference. Let's start here. James Fry came out. This is the first press conference, and he comes out and states some things and says that the community's in no danger, and we went rampant from there, right? So right after that, what happened? There was a lot of speculation. After that interview, there seemed to be a lot of public backlash from statements that law enforcement made, so they braced up to do another press conference, and it came out, and after the public backlash, they were upset with what James Fry had said. Found in bed, likely asleep. Some had defensive wounds. No sign of sexual assault. Roommates not involved. Man in video not involved. You know what they're talking about. We know who they're talking about. We're going to get to it later on in this series, but I just wanted to show you and go over. This case is going to haunt me, guys. It's going to haunt me for a long time. I've had a lot of thoughts on it, and I still have a lot of thoughts on it. My mind goes in circles. Now let's get to this. I mean, a lot of suspects were cleared very early. They were cleared very early. People were cleared early on. We didn't know why. Us as the public, we backlashed. We were speculating who had the most motive. We went in directions. Jack Decor, if you're listening, we're sorry, brother. We really appreciate it, and we hope you accept our Jack Decor, if you're listening, we hope you accept our apologies. And it's hysteria. You're gonna have hysteria in cases where you're gonna go for people who have motive, etc. And hopefully you can move on with your life, young man. And we are sorry as a community. We just want to reach out and apologize to you. And you have a good Instagram page going on. But they cleared, Bethany, the surviving roommates, Jack Decor, Jack Showalter. They cleared plenty of people. So it was a very bumpy ride, a very bumpy case. There was a lot of ups and downs in it. I mean, and that's why I'm on here talking about it, because it's going to be the case that haunts me until I see all the way through the trial. And I know that a lot of you are the same way as me and are going to be the same way as me with that. So what was the biggest thing? The food truck footage. I mean, look, he's sitting there with his hoodie on. He looks very suspicious to all of us, which he still, did, in my opinion. Step back, put his hat up. There's a lot going on at that food truck footage. We spent hours and hours and hours on this food truck footage. And then what happened to Adam? Or what'd you tell Adam? We got that footage simply right after, and there was a lot going on with that. Then you got Madison saying you to, you mister, to Joe V. Joe V was on TikTok. I remember I was going over those. There was a lot of things within this case that just had us folded every day. Crack of dawn, we were up on the lines, on the air all day long. And it's just going to be that case that we're going to see all the way through here on my channel. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't like it, this ain't the place for you. I'm going to be covering other cases too, but I mean, Madison Mogan, Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Gonsalves, and Xana Kernoodle, they deserve justice. They deserve justice, ladies and gentlemen. They really do. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. This was one of those interviews right here where it hit us hard. We were hit very hard by this interview. This interview lit us up. Steve was angry. It seemed like, his wife was calming him down. She did a very good job. They're holding in a lot of emotions. They just lost their daughter. Why don't people understand? Like, the man just lost his daughter. He just lost his daughter. He's frustrated. He's mad. After this, they went and got a lawyer, which was a good thing. This whole time we were right here. They were on Brian Koberger's trail without even his DNA at this point. So, I mean, there was a lot going on. But I just, this case is going to haunt me. This case is going to haunt me with everything that was involved with it. Adam, the white truck, the black truck, the Elantra, all the different angles to this case are going to bother me. It's going to bother me to the core, because what if we speculated on so many things? Did he go through the back door? Did he climb up? Did he use the ladder? Where was Murphy? We had all those questions being called in and asked, and we just didn't have any of that. Then we got a phone call from allegedly, some weird character that people took the video and put online and said it was 100% Koberger. And I get it. But in general, it wasn't. I don't think it's Koberger at this point. But, nobody's ever confirmed that. I did get a text message from that number. I don't know. But this case is going to haunt me. And then, I got called up by a bunch of different news stations. News Nation's one of them. They had me go on the show. It was about the phone call. I've gave the phone call to numerous agencies, numerous news stations. They did the same research, got no contact back. Hidden True Crime has been trying to help out. This case just keeps still haunting me because I keep getting messages about it. Now, it blows my mind. People are still talking about this, and I'd like to get it cleared up for the family's sake, because they don't need this phone call or thinking that this was a phone call from the killer if it wasn't, which I did research the number. I have the number. It's just something that we're still going to talk about. It's always going to be talked about. I'm emailed about it daily. I'm glad I covered it. Like I said, 365 hours we spent on this case, ladies and gentlemen. We spent that much time on this case and effort. Thousands of phone calls. Thousands. I went through 80,000 just to find his number, which was insane. You know what I mean? It was very insane. So there was a lot of different things going on in this case, and I want to thank every single one of you for being here with me through thick and thin. We rolled, we went, we speculated, we talked, we dug into details together on a daily basis. And Rev Gang family, you guys are beautiful. The Idaho 4 deserves justice. This one is going to haunt me, and I'm sure it's going to haunt a lot of you. I remember when this first came out, the clip to where it was Ethan Chapin's funeral, and it was real sad. At that time, I remember just thinking, damn, look at his parents. They spoke out one time, family behind them, family behind her. It was very upsetting to see. It was very, very upsetting to see. It's this young kid had a bright future ahead of him. They all had bright futures ahead of them. And why? Brian Koberger, allegedly, why? We want to know. Rest in peace. My heart goes out to the families, to every victim in this case. My heart is with them. Xana Kernoodle, Kaylee Gonsalves, Maddie Mogan, Ethan Chapin. We love you. We love you like our own. And it's just, I can't say it enough. This is going to haunt me. Well, then here we got Xana Kernoodle's mom speaking out, and this was one of the first I've seen her on camera talking, and she was just saying, she wants to know why, and that's a big thing we all want to know too. Why? But I get it. All the victims, their families, they want to know why did you choose to do this? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't at all. Then we had the bombshell. The bombshell was right here on the news. everywhere. I remember the day I was live. We had 6,000 people in chat. It was going crazy. The phone lines, people couldn't get through. People were getting hung up on. We had YouTubers all over the place. There was an arrest made in the case. It was on every single news station possible, on all YouTube channels, on true crime. I'm telling you, this is going to be a case for the ages, and ladies and gentlemen, we are far from done. So, after all the pain and heartache and everything that we went through covering this case, we had our ups, our downs. I mean, like I said, the lines were going crazy. A lot of you speculated very well. A lot of you had a lot of good input. And if we can shine a light like this on cases where people need help, we need to do it. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to offer my time to work on these cases. I'm gathering stuff together right now for Christian Andriacchio's case. I'm gathering stuff together now for Jessica Johnson's case, and we gotta start trying to do some better in this world and help families and really reach it. I hope you guys enjoyed this small little documentary series of what we went through, our ride in the case that's gonna haunt me. This is gonna be a case that haunts me all the way throughout of my podcasting career. It's gonna follow me. It's gonna be on my shoulder. They're always in my hearts. The families are. They always are on my mind. I think about them every day, and I hope that they are grieving properly. I hope that their mental health is good. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys, I'll be putting on the community tab the email. I need you guys to start sending in videos, a condolence video between 30 to 40 seconds. Send in your condolences out, and we're going to put that together because, like I said, we want to put our thoughts and prayers with the families of the victims, and really show our and really show our compassion towards them, because they deserve that. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Until the next one.
Anyone who knew Kaylee would tell you the same thing. To know her was to love her. Her love for life and everyone in it was so inspiring. She made it a priority to make everyone feel so important and so loved.
There was never a day that she didn't want to race her brother, because she was just determined that girls were faster than boys, or that she didn't want to go bug her little sisters.
Favorite memory for me was watching the game with her, and every time the Steelers scored, I'd pick her up and I'd hold her high in the air.
I didn't really realize that I was in love with Maddie until the summer of 2020. We went to McCall and spent a lot of time on the water. We floated the river and just hung out every chance we got.
They went to other countries together. Karen took them to Hawaii together. We took them to Mexico together. They went to college together. They went to high school together. They lived in their own apartment together. They were sisters.
She was so positive and lighthearted and understood the gift of life more than anyone I know. I remember her getting so mad at me for caring about the little things that didn't matter. She would always tell me she wouldn't know what to do without me, and now I have to live this life without her.
And she taught me a lot of stuff. She taught me how to be a dad. And I didn't know that until she was gone,
Xana, you will not be forgotten. You have impacted so many lives and have given people so much love. I hope I can make you proud and try to leave an impact on this world and on people like you did.
He had such an infectious smile and a charismatic personality. And if you knew anything about Xana as well, they were very similar in how they acted together.
They
They were always so happy, and the way she would talk and smile about him was something I've never seen her do before. She truly loved him so much, and I know he had so much love for her.
We are eternally grateful that we spent so much time with him. And I want to remind you that that's the most important message that we have for you and your families, is to make sure that you spend as much time as possible with those people, because time is precious and it's something you can't get back.
To